Hey!
Hello
Hi.
there!
What's going on,
How's
everybody?
it going?
We're doing our first attempt at a podcast.
That's right.
A podcast.
A P-cast.
Already
failing.
Out of the park.
Oh shit.
This is called what is it called?
It's something.
It's something podcast for when Sullivan lets the best of the worst that we filmed 3 months ago sit in the can and won't edit it, even though he's done with his movie.
Here's
you get
something.
It's something.
It's something.
The It's Something podcast.
I think it's clever.
It takes
and it's
us.
easy.
I like the title. It was my idea to do a podcast.
It was. We put this together pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah, I basically said we should do a podcast, and then we bought microphones.
Yeah.
And then we bought microphones a second time, and then we bought them a third time.
Oh yeah, we had to cancel some orders.
And yeah, but I wanted to do it quick because the Academy Award nominations came out on Monday, and we're recording this on Tuesday, and it's gonna go up on Wednesday.
Probably. Yeah.
Are you uploading it or am I?
I'll upload it.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to find my notes.
I am traveling tomorrow, but I should be able to. It'll be later in the night though. Nice thing about a podcast is, it'll be easier to upload because it's just basically an MP3 file with a still image over it. But yeah, this is a podcast.
This is a podcast.
I have written down that the last video we posted was a live stream, LA Noir, and it was January 27th. So it's been a while.
And while we were streaming, y'all were begging us to do better, more of our content. Mostly you wanted Best of the Worst, which we filmed one, and we filmed it in December.
We did.
And it has still not been even started to edit. Sullivan has not started to edit it.
Yep.
But it was with Tommy, and maybe that'll see the light of day one day.
Maybe.
Maybe it won't.
Maybe one day.
I had a good time.
Me too. Yeah, it was fun.
Tommy's a good
good guest. My God, we were rewatching.
We rewatched them all, yeah.
And man,
all four
that
of
one
them
stands out, man.
It does.
That one is
not just because of Forgotten Orb.
No, but because Tommy's
Tommy, yeah, he's just
so energetic.
I mean, we've known him the longest. Yeah. He's like a third brother.
He really is.
Because he was our neighbor for a long time before we started. Before we started at the school that I used to go to and that you still go to, where we met Justin and Josh and Mario and the other people that have been on our shows, our programs. But we knew Tommy for probably 5 years before that, and
I met him when I was in the kindergarten. In kindergarten.
I think I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And I started at this school in 7th grade.
Yeah.
So 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And
very good friend of ours.
He's a great dude.
I have to give him back all his lightsabers.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else
I gave him $50 because he got... I don't know what I got finessed out of my keys means.
I don't know. He didn't explain it for a while.
$50.
Donate to his GoFundMe. Has he reached the goal?
I don't know.
I'm sure he has. He's Tom.
Has he gotten his keys back? It's been a while.
I know.
I feel like he needs his keys.
But the reason I'm talking about the lightsaber thing is because we're moving.
That's true.
We're leaving our home.
So we're going to have a new setup.
I'm actually pretty excited about it. Bigger desk.
Well, it's going to be like when we moved into this house, I set up the game room to fit my gaming needs because we knew going in I have so many retro game consoles and things. And this is going to be we're going to move in and set aside a space for you to make stuff.
Yes. For
you to edit and film and all that. Knowing when we move that needs to be a thing.
Right.
So that's good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's just, we're going to be living there for 2 months before we actually move into a house.
Yeah, we're going to be in a rental.
But I'm excited. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting. But saying goodbye to everything, kind of strange, man.
It's difficult.
It's so sudden this time. Last time we sold our house,
it took a while.
It took forever. It took a year to actually sell it.
And this time it took a weekend.
The freaking market's crazy, man.
I guess so.
It's wild.
And that's why we're here to talk today about the real estate market. No, we're talking about the Academy Award nominations.
Yes.
I have bullet points and I'll try not to sound like a robot while I'm talking about my bullet points that I have written down. I just wanted to say, I don't know what your views on the Academy Awards are, as like on the whole.
Like, if I respect them or not?
Like, how do you even think of them? Because I think of the Best Picture nominees as like a watch list for people who don't know.
Sure.
Like, for me, I saw 6 of the 8 Best Picture nominees ahead of time. I had heard about 7 of the 8 being like really great ahead of time. And The Father is the only one I haven't seen and I thought looked terrible and I had no interest in.
I probably saw like 4 or 5 movies in 2020.
Yeah, you saw nothing. So this is going to be great to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes into 2021.
Sure,
which you've
just
seen
a bit. Which
2 of the movies.
Couple, yeah.
You've seen 2 of the Best Picture nominations at least. I think that's actually it.
Okay.
Is the 2 2021 ones.
No,
you've seen 3.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What are they?
Here, we'll go through all of them. So The Father is nominated, which neither of us have seen, and I don't have any interest in it. I might end up seeing it just because I want to watch all 8. Oh, but I was going to say, because I think of it as a watch list for people that don't know, like how we used to be, where the Best Picture nominees would come out and we'd go and watch them then.
Sure.
I'm disappointed that it's only 8 instead of 10.
It was 8 last year, wasn't it?
Well, it might have been. I wish it was 10.
It's been 8 for the past few years.
It's possible. I want it to be 10. I want it to be. I think they should do 15.
About Jesus.
As far as I'm concerned, like I just want a bunch of good movies. Well, first off, there were a few that were left off. I feel, but
I think the Academy, especially the last few years, has just completely lost their way.
I think they're trying to find their way
in coming up with the right nominees. Like I don't know their whole process, but it's just like, how do you miss out on Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse? How do you not nominate Sebastian Stan for I, Tonya? You know.
Well, that was one that nobody was talking about.
I know, but they should.
Willem Dafoe was getting press up the wazoo. They nominate him every time he's in a movie.
Yeah.
But not in The Lighthouse.
And then,
like, he had been nominated the previous 2 years.
And then this whole Lakeith Stanfield thing.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that.
Bullshit.
That's
like, what even is
but it's
that?
also great.
It's also
which
great.
Is the bittersweet
I
thing
love
of it.
Lakeith Stanfield.
But The Father is nominated. Judas and the Black Messiah, which we've both seen. That's probably I have not seen Promising Young Woman yet. Which I've heard great things about. I saw the trailer and thought it looked like shit.
Yeah.
But then I heard amazing things about it, including from Red Letter Media.
Really?
Which was really the selling. Did you watch their review of it?
I think I did, but I didn't really pay attention.
They loved it.
Really?
Mike loved it. And
the trailer looked just...
It looks terrible.
It looked like a Netflix
It looked like
film.
Like pandering.
Yeah.
But I guess in the third act it takes some kind of big twist. Some kind of left turn.
Yeah.
That's gonna... That might be something memorable. I think it's cool that a movie that's done in that style...
Sure.
...is nominated for Academy Awards. Because movies that are like... I don't know if eclectic is the right word, but like movies that are like neon and like could go with those. They're good movies,
I love those
but they're usually left off of awards brackets.
Yeah,
and like
last
Honey
year, Boy or something.
Honey Boy a little bit.
That's a neon film.
Yeah, I, Tonya, which got some awards nods but not Best Picture.
Yeah. That movie should have fucking won Best Picture.
Probably. I loved I, Tonya. That was a good year though. That was a competitive year.
Yeah.
And of course, like a mid option won. Shape of Water.
Ugh,
which I liked, but
it was not comparable.
Wasn't amazing
at all.
There are. Oh, what was I gonna say? I'll just go to the next movie on the list.
Right.
Sorry, I was saying something to somebody and then I'm done. Judas and the Black Messiah is so far, what I was going to say, my pick for Best Picture out of those nominated.
Oh my god. That movie is it's damn near perfect.
It's already my third favorite film of this year alone, 2021.
I posted about it right after I saw it, about the cinematography in that movie.
Yeah, you loved the cinematography.
Oh
I thought
God.
it was good.
It's just like it like I said in my
post, well shot.
It's like one of the greatest like examples of like how to tell your story through cinematography.
Yeah.
That whole opening when he's just like, pacing
that
around
is
outside
that
and
was
the camera's following him and then it kind of goes away from him and comes back to him. It's like perfect. It sets up his whole shtick. The camera feels kind of nervous ninny like he is,
I agree. That's good. The shot that I always think of is when he comes out of that place and when he comes out of the building and gets into his car, and it's all shot from the back of the car, and he gets in, and then because he comes out right after lying to the Black Panther Party, and he's like angry. Lakeith Stanfield's the best actor working today.
So good.
But he comes out and he's like angry, and he's still in the mode, and then he slowly drops it as he gets into the car, and then he goes in reverse and he looks behind him and he starts laughing to himself, and that is
amazing.
That is the cinematography, and it is also him. He's so good.
Yeah, and when you talk about cinematography, it's a lot of the lighting, and I think the lighting in this movie is
true. It's
amazing.
very gross.
It's gross and yet kind of beautiful at the same time. You get a lot of these warm street lights, but then that whole end sequence with the police flashlights in the apartment.
That was good. Yeah,
it's
that
just
that
shot
lighting was
so
good.
perfectly. The shadow on her face when he gets shot in the background. I guess this is spoilers, But
yeah, spoilers. Fred Hampton was
he
killed
dies.
by the FBI.
Oh shit, dude.
But
just powerful.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the last time like cinematography was like powerful.
You should see Malcolm and Marie.
I hear it's fine.
It's a
problem is I don't
hugely mixed bag, but the cinematography is phenomenal.
That's what I'm talking about. The cinematography. From what the trailers show, it's not my kind of cinematography.
It's a little showy.
Well, I don't even care too much about style over substance. That's whatever. But
I think it's substantive. I think it tells the story.
The cinematography that I actually do is probably the stuff that is in Malcolm and Marie, but I actually prefer like heavier movements and stuff with my cinematography. Like when I'm watching it, that's what I look for.
Like more movement, moving the camera. There's some movement there. I would say the choice of when to move is one of the things I noticed the most in Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest snubs I felt. Did I write that down? I wonder. Yeah, Malcolm and Marie for cinematography and production design. I think it should win those two, let alone be nominated. It wasn't nominated.
Oh,
I don't think it was nominated for anything.
Well, I don't know why, but I guess I know why. But Zendaya showed up on my For You page, and I was like, oh, not my For You page. What's it called? The Explore page on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I had went to her account because I was just like, what's Zendaya up to? Because I think she made the Daily Mail the day before, after the Oscars came
Sullivan
out.
watches
I love
the Daily
Mail. Awesome. Subscribe to it on your Snapchat. It's so fucking awesome. But I was looking at her account, and she had posted some stuff about Malcolm and Marie. It was shot in like 14 days.
Mm-hmm. And it was entirely conceived and shot in the pandemic.
And it was written. It was 22-person crew, and I was like, "That's impressive."
It is super impressive. It's not a well-written movie, which is the big problem. But it is really impressive, and the acting is a mixed bag from both of them. And I like Zendaya.
I like Zendaya. She's fine.
I don't like John David Washington, and I think they both have really good moments and really bad moments. But the cinematography and the production design are easily the best cinematography and production design I saw in the last year or whatever this Oscar eligibility period you want to call it.
Sure.
Because they're including movies through the end of February 2021.
Yeah.
But easily the best I saw, and maybe, I guess aside from the production design of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's the best cinematography and production design I've seen in the last couple of years, probably. It was notably phenomenal. The movie is I'm a writing guy. I like story and characters and things like that, and so the movie on the whole didn't really work for me, but I was really impressed by it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nominated, which was a little sad. But
something like the maybe The Lighthouse would be comparable to that in those two categories.
The Lighthouse had especially great cinematography. Production design was good. It wasn't.
They built that lighthouse.
As notable. Did they build the lighthouse?
They built that lighthouse.
Is that production design or is that something else?
That's production design.
That's production design. Okay. I figured it probably was. And I also don't know how much credit, I guess, to give Malcolm and Marie for production design, because it's just a house that already exists. But it's such a perfect house.
Sure. Well, production design is also just choice.
Yeah, exactly. So, they didn't recreate 1969 Hollywood.
No.
But they did choose a really great house for it. So, anyway, that's a little thing on Malcolm and Marie. I reviewed Malcolm and Marie on my Instagram page.
How did you do on that one?
I don't know, like a couple likes.
Nice.
Who knows? Judas and the Black Messiah is nominated. We're through 2 of the 8 now, talking about him. Mank, which I saw.
Didn't see it. Have no interest.
Really boring movie. It is the most nominated. It has 10 nominations. Second place has 6 nominations. And it's a 6-way tie.
Is that Minari?
The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Nomadland, Sound of Metal, Trial of the Chicago 7.
Wow.
All have 6 nominations. And then the only one that has more than that is Mank with 10. I think it won't win almost any.
No, it didn't win like hardly anything at the Golden Globes.
I don't think so, no. And
Golden Globes don't fucking matter, but...
No, I don't think they're necessarily indicative of what's going to happen at the Oscars.
Certainly not.
But they can help, I think. And just the discussion around it. Gary Oldman's not going to win Best Actor, and David Fincher's not going to win Best Director. The only thing... Because Gary Oldman won Best Actor recently, but David Fincher's never won. And he's been around for 25 years or something.
They might
give him a career Oscar, that kind of thing.
The director, yeah. He
but,
could win.
But he's also up against...
Is he in Spike Jonze? Or Spike Lee? Jesus fucking Christ. I keep fucking saying that wrong. Spike Lee, is he nominated?
Spike Lee?
Yeah.
No, Defy Bloods had 1 nomination, and it was for score,
I bet he's so pissed
which is
off
the
about
least
that.
deserving one. Defy Bloods was shit.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
You didn't see
it. I
it.
told you I wasn't going to watch it, and it looked like ass.
Yeah, for
and
months.
I was totally right.
Yeah.
I was right about everything this year for
well,
movies.
2020 was a terrible year for movies. 2021 already has like 3 or 4 movies that are significantly better than anything that came out in 2020.
Yeah.
One of those being Tom and Jerry.
Wow.
Tom and Jerry
Can I kick it?
Great. Yeah. Can I kick it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best movie. I love Tom and Jerry. Anyway.
Shit.
So Mank, which was really boring. I recommend you don't bother watching Mank. Not just to you, but to anybody watching at home. Or listening, I guess.
Yeah.
Mank is shit. Minari, which you've seen.
Fine. I don't really care. I didn't think it was that good.
Moderately pleasant.
Yeah.
Is about it. I didn't hate
care about the story. Like, it just wasn't engaging enough.
It was engaging. It was as engaging as it needed to be for me to not hate it. Maybe it was just
that I was sold, like, I was told about it differently. I was told it was about, like, Asian American, or Asian immigrants, like, coming to the U.S. and, like, starting up a business.
Which is kind of what it's about.
But it's not. Like, they lived...
Well, yeah, it's not they're still integrating into the culture of the United States, even if they did previously live in California. Before they lived in California, they lived in Korea.
Sure.
But
I thought the performances and everything were really solid.
They were, yeah, I mean, they weren't
I just
really
don't
impressive.
think enough happened. Besides, like, the fire at the end. It's one of those where you just kind of watch the scenes go by, and
I felt like they developed the relationship between the little kid and the grandma.
That's what they're trying to do the whole time. But even when you get to the whole fire thing, it's just like... I also think the grandma's, medical thing. What did she get?
She had a stroke.
Yeah, she had a stroke. That came too late. where we didn't have enough time with her as a stroke victim.
I maybe just like a scene before. I wouldn't want it like early in the movie, like an inciting incident or anything like that.
No, I don't think it should have been the inciting incident, but I think we got too many like repeat scenes of the little boy and the grandma ribbing each other back and forth.
I think it's more or less the Act 2 low point, because she has the stroke around the same time that the buyers cancel the what they were buying from Steven Yeun.
Yeah. Well, another complaint I have about the movie is that it suffers from you set up a conflict and then it's immediately resolved in the next scene. Like immediately after the buyer falls out, they go to that, Korean place in wherever, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'll take your fruit, whatever." You remember this?
No.
You don't remember this?
I have no recollection.
And they have the argument, and then they're like, "We're gonna get a divorce outside."
That was outside the hospital, Sullivan.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
No, because
the little kid goes into the hospital.
No, because the Asian... No, that's after. The Asian guy walks out, and he's like, "You guys are still here? Do you remember this? This happened."
I thought it was at the hospital that happened.
No, they go to the hospital right after, and then they're like, it's all weird and awkward.
I'm not sure.
But, yeah, I thought Minari was good. It was fine. It's a really fucking great film.
It's a phenomenal film. No, it's just fine.
Yeah.
Nomadland, which you didn't see, but was also just fine.
Yeah. It just looked like a documentary. I don't know why everyone's praising it so much. Frances McDormand plays the same character in every movie.
Well, she's not even playing a character.
She looks somewhat miserable, and she has bags on her eyes. She just looks tired in every movie she's in.
I think her character's name is Fran.
Okay.
In the film.
This is bullshit.
I want to
say. That's a fucking documentary. Everyone's raving about that director. I didn't see it. Was it that good?
It was, it was well directed. I mean, she was well cast. The real people that she casts in that movie
are real people.
They're real people. They're actual nomads.
Not cast.
Well, no. She picked out real people and gave them a script and had them read lines, like not professional actors.
Okay.
And they're good.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
I think the old nomad thing is very interesting.
There's only like 3 of them though. It's not like a bunch of people.
I think the whole concept is interesting. I just don't know how much skill was involved.
I think
on a technical standpoint.
Like cinematography and stuff?
Well, just the whole production of it all was really just going out to these places and finding people and then handing them a script and shooting it, there was no... It never looked like there was much production involved in the trailers. I know there's a story. I'm not talking about the story stuff. I'm talking about, the actual production side.
But it's not like Frances McDormand goes here and talks to this person and goes here. Those characters follow, throughout. They go to a bunch of locations. Yeah. They shot at, an Amazon factory.
Yeah, well, that's a whole thing. You don't know about that?
No.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Amazon has, a whole program where they, these nomads will work, a 50-hour week, once a month for Amazon.
Yeah, well, that's what they do generally. There are road stops in places.
Yeah, but Amazon has this system put in place.
Yeah,
and
Amazon's probably a big.
Places.
But that's a thing that's
very
in the movie.
Interesting.
I thought you were saying there was a controversy about.
No. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Nomadland was just fine. If you want to see Frances McDormand naked, including tits and vagina,
that's so disgusting.
Then you should watch Nomadland. But if you don't want to see
everybody
that,
is beautiful.
I looked away.
Yeah.
I don't tend to do that in movies. I just kind of power through it, even if I'm kind of uncomfortable. But I was like, no. I covered that up immediately. I didn't even think about it. I just was like, no.
Yeah.
Promising Young Woman is nominated for Best Picture.
Nothing.
Didn't see it. Maybe it'll be interesting. I would like to see it before the Oscars happen.
Here's what I'm notoriously known for at this point, are my Oscar predictions. I get them so right every time, even if I've seen nothing. And this year, I just want to see how well I do, because our family, we do an Oscar ballot thing, and I consistently win all the time.
Yeah, you do pretty well. Even if you don't win, you're in, like, second.
Yes. And I am so excited to see how well I do just picking random shit this year. I'm hyped about it.
Sound of Metal, which is the other one that we've seen.
Yeah, we talked about this on the or not on the podcast, on stream.
Sucked.
I said pretty much everything I had to say. Wasn't very good. I thought Riz Ahmed was good. But the story sucked, and nothing happens.
I agree.
And the inciting incident is non-existent. You need that clang. That hits his ear just a little wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I should have written that film.
It's true. The Trial of the Chicago 7 is the last one, which is a good movie. It's not, like, amazing, but it's a solid movie that is about interesting subject matter and has a lot of good performances, none of which are nominated for any of the acting categories, but Sacha Baron Cohen who is...
They've just been
he
sucking
stands
his dick
out
lately,
as the worst actor in that movie. But it's not just the Oscars. Everyone thinks Sacha Baron Cohen's great in that movie, and he is, like, easily... He's the most distractingly bad actor in that movie. And I found out the reason, because he's, like, literally 50 years old, and he's playing, like, a 20-something-year-old guy, and he, like, says, I was in high school a couple of years ago. Sacha Baron Cohen says that in a movie that came. It's really weird. And it turns out Aaron Sorkin wrote the movie in, like, the mid-2000s, and Sacha Baron Cohen was attached to it, and then he just stayed attached to it for 15 years and was not recast with someone who was more age-appropriate for the film.
Hey, you know, must have been really right for the part. And
It's
paying off for him.
He's terrible in the movie. It's not just that, but his age is distracting, and so is his accent, which he also talks about. His accent is distracting. It's not good. Like we've talked about how good Daniel Kaluuya's accent is in
God bless
Jesus
that
Black
man.
Messiah.
He's so fucking good.
He's phenomenal.
So excited to buy that movie on Blu-ray, dude.
He's really great in that movie, and his accent. I mean, you could not tell that he's a British person unless you knew that from real life. He's so
he has
good
to do
at
an
it.
American accent, and then he has to do
like a 1960s
It's such
Fred
a
Hampton,
specific-
like inner city Chicago
he talked
black
about
guy
that in
accent.
that, was it the Rotten Tomatoes?
The Rotten Tomatoes thing, yeah.
And how he's like, no one talks like Fred Hampton.
Yeah.
Like, he tried to find people and just couldn't. And then, but it's just so damn perfect, dude.
Yeah, his accent's great. Sacha Baron Cohen's is like if a Cockney British guy tried to kind of do an American accent of a hippie from the, like, 70s, from the 60s and 70s. Like, he barely even starts to sound American, let alone like a hippie from the 60s. Like, he's terrible. And he's just not that good an actor. Compared to, like, he's acting opposite, like, Eddie Redmayne is great in the movie, and, like, Michael Keaton is in it.
Yeah.
And, who's one of the best actors of all time.
Yeah.
And Mark Rylance is great in it, and, because Eddie Redmayne and Mark Rylance both recently, not that recently anymore, 2014 and 2015, but they both won Oscars for their acting. Eddie Redmayne's was undeserved.
Yeah.
And maybe Mark Rylance's was too. I didn't see the movie, but they
Spies.
are great actors.
Yeah.
And Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, if you're gonna nominate somebody for supporting actor from that movie, that dude could win Best Supporting Actor. That dude almost deserves it more than Daniel Kaluuya. He is amazing in that movie. He's so good. And I don't know, like, it's weird to me that Sacha Baron Cohen is the one who's being singled out. It has been weird to me for months now, because they've been doing the awards stuff on, like, the Hollywood Reporter and what have you. But I don't know, kind of crazy, kind of funky.
Funky thought.
we already kind of talked about the number of nominations, so I'll skip that bullet point.
Great. Like the skipping. I'm a fan of skipping.
Some exciting stuff. I told you to write down your biggest wins, the most exciting surprises and what have you.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
Okay. What did you write down?
I wrote down just other shit I wanted to talk about. I thought that's what you wanted me to do.
I specifically told you what to write down in the message I sent you.
Oh, you sent me a message?
On Instagram.
Oh, shit.
You gotta check what I sent you about things. What did you write down?
I just wrote down shit I've been doing.
For the enjoy. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we'll just talk about. Just think of big wins that you thought of while we're talking about. I mean, Lakeith Stanfield's the big one.
Lakeith Stanfield is really
that dude is the best actor working today.
I will say I am sad that One Night in Miami didn't get nominated for more.
That's what I was gonna say. I after we talked about wins, I was gonna talk about snubs, but
let's just combine them.
Sure.
Wins.
Lakeith Stanfield is both a win and a snub.
He is.
Because he should be winning Best Actor, and he's only going to be nominated for supporting actor.
And now he's gonna make Daniel Kaluuya get snubbed.
It's definitely possible that I don't know how the Oscar voting works necessarily, but it's definitely possible.
It's never good to have
they'll split.
They're gonna split
the votes.
That's the problem.
But I always think of Hamilton at the Tonys.
Tonys don't.
I know, but at the Tonys, Hamilton had I think 3 actors nominated for supporting actor, and David Diggs won.
Wow, no clue who David Diggs.
He played Jefferson and Lafayette.
Yeah,
he was great. He was. I like Christopher Jackson more, but who was also nominated? He played George Washington.
Okay.
Sorry. But anyway, Lakeith Stanfield's phenomenal.
I'm proud
in that movie.
Of him.
I am too. Well, because he's been one of my favorite actors for a couple of years now. Since Sorry to Bother You, which is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Before he's great in Get Out.
Now, have you seen all the Twitter posts about It's the the man has range, and they Google image searched each of his roles and just put them there. Mm-hmm. So it's him in Get Out, where he had a 5-second cameo. And
he's fucking great in that.
He is good in Get Out for the 10 seconds that he's in it, but
he says Get Out.
He does. He says
Get Out.
Comes from. He should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
He should have. He's
should have beaten Sam Rockwell.
He's what's his fucking name? Anthony Hopkins for Hannibal Lecter. He's in it for less than 20 minutes, and he wins.
Hannibal Lecter is a big part of that movie.
Yeah, but he's in it for less than 20 minutes.
That's fine. Lakeith Stanfield's in Get Out for less than 5 minutes.
That's not true. That's so dumb.
It's probably true.
No.
In terms of screen time?
That's not true.
It
6.5.
Anyway, he's great. And he's great in he's great in Sorry to Bother You. And he's great in probably other things. I haven't seen him in that much. For being one of my favorite actors, he's in Get Out for 5 seconds. He's in Knives Out and does nothing.
But he's awesome.
Oh, he's wonderful in Knives Out.
He's one of those actors kind of like Robert Pattinson where you just kind of see him and
you're
chill, dude.
Well, and he's a good guy and he's a likable person in real life. He's a weird dude like Robert Pattinson is.
I like those weird
who's very honest about his movies like Robert Pattinson is.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for the anime that he's doing, that Lakeith Stanfield's doing.
Well, you love your anime.
I don't love anime, but I love Lakeith Stanfield, and I'm going to try and watch it. Apparently he's on BoJack Horseman, which I didn't know.
Oh, wow.
Which I've heard good things about. And then he's also on Atlanta, so I might want to start watching that. Something wrong?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
You look like you're looking at stuff.
No, sorry.
Another big win. The Five Bloods got nominated for almost nothing, which is great because that movie blows. That movie blows a lot.
That's dumb.
I will say, I give it so many props, and also it's a massive issue that in the third act of this drama about African American old guys going back to Vietnam and reliving the horrors of Vietnam, it becomes a wacky comedy where people are exploding for comedic effect it's like nuts. The third act of The Five
Pretty
Bloods
ballsy.
is ballsy, and it doesn't work at all.
I think
But it's
he's
hysterical.
trying to go for something.
It's so
hysterical,
weird.
not in like
Not
how
in a
it
good
should
way.
be.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
But it's literally like they're in Vietnam digging up the remains of their old comrade, and they're like talking about politics and stuff, and then a guy blows up and they go, whoa, and it's like, and like they shoot at a guy and he goes running away, and there's a wide shot of him running, and then he just poof explodes. And it's like, that's a comedy shot.
Yeah.
You're Spike Lee, you should know this.
He's a very interesting filmmaker. He's one of those flukes.
He's made like 3 movies that people really love.
Yeah.
And like Do the Right Thing is
It's amazing.
fucking amazing.
But
I haven't seen Malcolm X.
I don't know how much of that is actually Spike Lee.
I think it is Spike Lee, is the thing.
I think
It feels like his voice.
more than other movies, yes, that he's made. Probably.
Well, definitely more than The Five Bloods, because he didn't write The Five Bloods. Or he
really?
co-wrote it with like 3 other people or something.
I like Spike Lee. I think he's a horrible prick, but I like his movies.
Like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, but more of a prick. Like, if you don't win a fucking Oscar, don't walk out, bro. That's total bullshit.
Yeah. But he's also more amiable in interviews than Tarantino is. Where he's like friendly and like laughs.
I don't
and,
give a
like,
shit
is
about
nice.
being friendly to interviewers. Fuck that shit.
I don't know. I find him more charismatic than Tarantino.
What else?
I was happy that the grandma from Minari got nominated for supporting actress.
See,
Never in a million years did I think that would happen.
Oh, I thought it would happen. I knew it would happen.
Really?
Yeah, she was getting nominated for everything. She got a BAFTA nom.
Is that true?
She's getting nominated.
I had not
for
heard about her
everything.
not getting nominated for anything. Okay, never mind.
I'm
not excited about it.
I was thinking that the kid might get nominated.
Oh, that'd be
I
good.
was surprised that he
Well,
wasn't.
he's like the main character of that movie.
Because he got nominated for some stuff too, actually.
I saw him do it like an acceptance speech, which was adorable.
Yeah, he's a cute little.
He's
kid.
a cute kid. He's does a
good
good
in
job
the
in that
movie.
movie. Yeah.
That's...
Oh my God, WandaVision had 2 of the worst child actors I've ever seen. They're so bad. Especially the one who played Tommy. Billy was okay. There are 2 kids. One of them does magic and the other one goes fast.
Oh.
Yeah. And the fast one is sucked balls. He had like long hair and he sucked. He was a bad actor and he should never be cast in a movie again. Have you seen the first Wonder Woman?
No.
It's the most cringe child performance I've ever seen.
More cringe than Wonder Woman 2?
Yes. Yes.
Jesus.
Like way worse.
That's hard to imagine.
It's bad.
Is it the same kid?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like 4 years apart.
Yeah, who knows?
3 years. And then Judas and the Black Messiah had 6 nominations, which
so
was
good, bro.
awesome.
I'm so proud.
I'm happy because, I mean, it's not my favorite movie, but, like, it's not my favorite movie of the last year. There are probably
I
4 or
love
5
Daniel
other movies I would put above that.
So much, bro.
But those 2 performances are 2 of the best performances of the year.
I think it should win all 6. I'm so glad it's nominated for cinematography.
I think it should win.
Very happy about that.
Unless I don't have it on here, but I don't know if maybe Promising Young Woman has good cinematography.
Daniel Kaluuya, I want to talk about him for a second.
Go for it.
Is just so amazing in this movie. He's so fucking perfect at playing Fred Hampton. And I think you'd appreciate it even more if you went into it knowing a lot about Fred Hampton. I didn't, and it still worked amazingly well. But I'd imagine like our parents who knew about Fred Hampton, would enjoy it.
Well, like
more,
our dad, like
our
dad's uncle, like was involved in the trial of the Chicago 7, like because my dad's family's from Chicago, so like he probably
and our grandpa was a cop during the whole Black Panther thing.
And he refused to see Judas and the Black Messiah with us.
Just because he said he lived it. Which is, I guess, fair. I don't know.
True.
But Daniel Kaluuya has just been turning in great performances all the time. Queen and Slim, I know you didn't see it. I just got on Blu-ray. I saw it in the theater. That shit is so good. It's so good, bro.
I thought it looked like shit, so I didn't bother.
You should see that movie. That's a really good movie. All of his movies have
He's great in Get Out. and he's great in Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, Judith and the Black Messiah is Lakeith Stanfield's movie.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Daniel Kaluuya knows his place in it.
That's the thing about it. Daniel Kaluuya knows exactly how far
in the way
go.
that he needs to be big. He's not trying to take up space, and neither is Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith Stanfield knows
so well
when it's Daniel Kaluuya's scene.
Yes,
you know, because he knows that Fred Hampton has to be the big personality. The scenes where Lakeith Stanfield is like talking the big game about how he'll fuck those fuckers up and stuff like that.
So good.
It's like it's some of the best acting because it's the multi-layer. Like you have to act like you're acting like you're acting.
Yeah. Those performances are the most difficult, and he nails it.
He nails it so well, and he's scared when he has those great eyes.
God, both of them.
Both of them do it in different
eyes.
ways. I would say Daniel Kaluuya's eyes don't lend themselves super well to that character.
Really?
Like, they don't... I mean, they influence the way I saw him, but it wasn't...
such, like, a bravery and, like, confidence in his eyes. Especially during the prison scenes.
That's an acting thing. Just the way that Lakeith Stanfield's eyes look in his head.
See, I
he's,
think
bug-eyed
and
terrified
more
looking.
Impressive. Lakeith Stanfield's mouth...
Oh,
he
yeah.
kind of holds it, like that.
And it's like a little twitchy sometimes. And
I think Daniel Kaluuya's eyes are more impressive.
Daniel Kaluuya's got those bloodshot.
Perfect.
Yeah. He's got a look to him.
Yeah.
They both do, and they're both two of the best actors. I think I said after we watched it, between that movie, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II in The Trial of Chicago 7, and One Night in Miami, I mean, you know, there is a whole generation of African American young actors that that should take over Hollywood because
they are running the scene, dude.
Those 7 performances are all the best performances of the last year. Like no other performances as good.
None of them top.
Kingsley Benadir in One Night in Miami, the guy who played Malcolm X, is
brilliant. He got cast in a Marvel movie, didn't he?
Yeah, he's the villain in the TV show Secret Wars with Sam Jackson. And Ben Mendelsohn. It's gonna be a big show. Yeah. It's gonna be and Jonathan Majors too. If you want to throw him in there, he was into Five Bloods.
I do love Jonathan.
Jonathan Majors is great, and he's gonna be
and
in
Jimmy
Ant-Man 3.
Who was in?
He was in Pieces of a Woman for 10 minutes. Not even.
Love that guy.
Sullivan just did something offensive.
No, I didn't.
I'm just kidding.
What the fuck? I didn't do anything offensive. I love Jimmy Fails. I genuinely love Jimmy Fails. He's like the greatest part of Last Black Man in San Francisco.
No,
yes.
Jonathan Majors is better than him.
You're wrong.
But
Jonathan Majors is good, but Jimmy Fails is my fucking homie.
Yeah.
Is that all the Oscars talk for today, Finn?
No, I have a bunch more stuff to talk about.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll try and speedrun it. I Care a Lot didn't get nominated for anything. That sucks.
I'm sorry.
Because it's the best. It's the best movie I saw in the entire Oscar period. I think it's better than I'm thinking of ending things.
Wow.
It's amazing, and Rosamund Pike is one of the best performances I saw all year.
Wow.
And Peter Dinklage is good in it, and it's really well edited and well shot. I think you would love the lighting in it, because there are these really tense scenes in a retirement home, and they don't make the retirement home look dingy and terrible. They make it look shiny, like it would be in real life.
Yeah.
But it's so tense. And there's these brutal murders in the middle of the day in a retirement home. It's so cool, and it works. It's so cool. There's a great part where a guy, he's trying to get this old woman. The MacGuffin of the movie is an old lady, and they're trying to get her out of the retirement home, and Rosamund Pike is the one who she put her in the retirement home and scams the courts into putting these old ladies under her care in the retirement home, and then sells all their assets and like makes a bunch of money off of them. And so she wants this old lady to stay in the retirement home, and this guy's like literally coming in with a gun and like a squad of people to like kidnap this woman out of the retirement home, and he like holds a gun to these like nurses at the facility, and then he's like walking out, and Rosamund Pike comes into frame with a baseball bat and just like hits him in the stomach, and it's like the best. It's so fucking cool. I loved that movie. It's so good, and it got nominated for nothing, and I was very sad. Rosamund Pike should have been nominated at least. One Night in Miami deserved more nominations.
Talked about that.
Yeah.
It was great. Great film.
Ellen Burstyn should have been nominated for Pieces of a Woman, I thought. The old lady.
Mother?
The old lady, yeah.
She was fine. Everyone,
while
we were watching that movie, everyone thought she was amazing. I thought she was just fine.
I thought she was really great.
That movie was certainly not anything.
No, the movie wasn't, but she was good in it, I thought.
I didn't think she mattered.
Vanessa Kirby got nominated.
Yeah, I know.
But she did a good job.
She's been getting nominated for everything.
Yeah. And Malcolm and Marie, which we already talked about.
Yeah.
I'll skip a couple of the weird things that I wrote down. The Best Director category is a shit show. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Well, that Zhao lady's gonna win.
She'll win.
Yeah.
But it's such like random choices. It's so weird to me. I don't know. And Best Score is like News of the World.
Yeah.
The Five Bloods. I mean, it's awful. What historic thing. Glenn Close has been nominated for both an Oscar and a Razzie for the same role in the same movie.
Really?
Simultaneously.
What movie is this?
Hillbilly Elegy, which has a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes, the last I checked.
Wow.
She is nominated for an Academy Award and for a Golden Raspberry Award. That is the first time in history that's ever happened.
That's kind of cool.
It's crazy as shit. It makes no sense. You would think that couldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen. And yet, here it is.
Here it is.
It happened.
Wow.
So that's crazy. I just wanted to bring that up. And yeah. So now we got a little bit of time to talk about what we've been enjoying. This is a segment that I came up with as its own original thing, as like a standalone thing, and then we ended up deciding to just put it in the podcast.
Well, like I had mentioned, we have not, made a video since January 27th, and a lot of people may be wondering, what have we been doing? What the fuck could be taking up so much time?
Not much.
Where we have, no time to make awesome videos for you, the viewer.
The listener, in this case.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, if you want to start,
Yeah, I mean, I have 6 things written down. Basically, what we've been enjoying.
I got 7.
Wow.
Fuck you.
You said you would have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
What we've been enjoying is basically, like, anything we've been listening to, watching, playing, reading, anything. And we just kind of chat about it. Anything that we liked.
Yeah.
Is the main thing is to keep it positive and to recommend stuff. Mm-hmm. New and old. It doesn't have to be recent stuff either. So, I already talked a little bit about my first one. I Care a Lot. I watched in the last week or two.
Phenomenal.
One of the best movies of the year.
Wow.
I mean, the best movie of 2021 so far, which I didn't think would happen yet, because Shadow in the Cloud is so good. I guess I'll just mention Shadow in the Cloud is amazing. Max Landis wrote it, and then Roseanne Liang
I've been watching some more of his Kryptonian epic stuff.
It's interesting, right? He's so... I mean, American Alien is the comic that made me love Superman, and Superman's my favorite superhero. And Max Landis has a real track record of movies that he wrote not doing well. I mean, there's like Bright, which he's gone on record saying Bright is nothing like his script, and it's not... And you can read his original script, and it's like, and that's evident. But then, like, Victor Frankenstein, American Ultra, those are movies that he's proud of.
Mm-hmm.
that Victor Frankenstein is kind of mid, but American Ultra is one that he's proud of that got really mixed to negative reviews and things like that, and he's got that history. Well. Chronicle is great, and American Alien is great, and Shadow in the Cloud is great, and that's literally all I've seen and read of his work. So I'm a big Max Landis fan.
Nice.
So I have not seen American Ultra. I've not seen Victor Frankenstein, but I love him, and I love Shadow in the Cloud, and that's one of the best movies of the year so far, and so is I Care a Lot. So those two, I would recommend. What do you want to talk about?
I got Minecraft Java Edition. I just wanted to mention that, and really just give a shout out to my friend Nick, because have you ever done like a Minecraft realm? It costs money, but I haven't paid for it. Like, it's basically like, it's $6 a month, I think, and you can like create a realm and play with all your friends in this one world, and it's like different from other. I don't really understand the point of a realm. I guess you could just make a world.
It's like a private server?
Yeah, it's like a private server, but you could just do that. I really don't understand the point of realm, but it's super sick, and I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Nick, because he's built like the craziest shit, dude. Like, he has 3 pink sheep, and he named them Hades, Zeus, and Poseidon, and
Very
then
cool.
built
good names,
and then built like Taj Mahal sized kingdoms for these sheep, and they're all like colored to be the Poseidon and Zeus and Hades, and they're the most elaborate, amazing things. And I get on the server like an hour ago, and he's like, hey, you want to check out my tree? I'm like, sure, man. What the fuck is this gonna be a tree? And it's like the biggest tree, and it's made out of like nether wood, and it's like, what the fuck do you do, bro?
Is this like survival?
Yeah, it's all in
survival.
It's all in. Yeah,
that's weird. I mean, I'm not a Minecraft
crazy
person.
Dude. He's got like full netherite armor. He's got like a full stack of netherite bricks. It's fucking crazy. Quick shout out to him. That's all I wanted to say. And also, it made me realize that I do not like PC controls, and that I'm past the point of learning them. I've played console for too long that I can't play keyboard and mouse, and it's really tough for me.
I agree.
I just wanted to say that
wholeheartedly.
I've had to rebind my controls on this so many times, and here's what I'm at currently. My up button is Z. My left button is Control. My bottom button is, or my backwards button is Alt, and my right button is Command.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
It's the only thing that's comfortable, bro. But that's something I've been doing.
That's crazy shit.
Yeah.
You should USB port your Xbox controller.
The thing is, you can't do it unless you have Steam. You have to get Minecraft on Steam in order to connect a controller, and the only way you can connect through a controller is through Steam.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Whatever.
I hate PCs. I hate PC gaming. I'm a console person.
Yeah,
it's just what I am. I don't. If you play PC, good on you. It doesn't work for me on any level. I don't know what the fuck Steam is. I don't know. Does Steam have a monopoly on?
Yeah, they're like
game
where
purchasing?
everyone gets their games from.
But it's made by a video game developer. It would be like if the Nintendo eShop was the only place to buy any video game for any console.
Yeah, what are they, Ubisoft? Steam Ubisoft?
Valve.
Oh, okay.
It makes like Team Fortress 2 and and Portal, Half-Life. That's it.
Okay.
What
else have you been up to?
Oh god. Hold on. You and I have both been watching Batman the Animated Series.
Well, yeah, this kind of goes with one of mine. We've been building some Legos too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if that really applied.
I mean, we've been doing it.
That's true.
But we've been watching Batman the Animated Series while we've been building Lego sets. We built the Jurassic Park gate.
Mm-hmm.
We're building the Batwing.
the 89 Batwing.
We already
which is
have
cool.
the 89 Batmobile.
Yes.
It's epic. I'm having a lot of fun. Especially getting home from work and being like, oh man, let's just watch some.
Yeah, let's watch a couple episodes of Batman and build.
It's something to think about at work, too.
I've already watched the animated series, the whole first season, which is 65 episodes. What's great? Man. Yeah, I think we're 35 in, something like that. A little bit past, I think.
Now.
And what's great is HBO Max has them in production, not in production order, in the original airing order, which makes them make way more sense than the order in which they were produced. The production order is what's on the DVD collection and things like that.
Sure.
It's what Wikipedia lists. Everybody goes by production order, and I don't get why. That's not a thing with other TV shows, to my knowledge.
I don't think so.
So I don't understand it. But but I'm happy to be watching them in original airing order because Robin has barely shown up. I think he's been in two episodes.
3 episodes.
2 or 3, yeah. And
God, that football episode's a solid fucking episode.
Is it?
I love that episode. I've liked pretty much every episode. There have been a few weak ones.
All of them are fine.
I would be down to actually film a video.
Talking about the animated series?
Top 5 picks each.
Ooh.
Isn't that a good idea?
That is a good idea.
Yeah,
like a Star Trek one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rip off Red Letter Media a bit.
Yeah. But I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be dope, actually.
After season 2 or just season 1?
Just season 1. Because it's 65 episodes.
Yeah, but with season 2, it's 85.
I didn't got the time, bro.
Yeah, we do. If I buy a Lego set.
That means we also have to get the whole series on DVD.
It's true. Which would cost some money. You can't screen record them on HBO Max or something? Gay.
Whoa.
Gay.
Whoa.
Yeah, but it's good. I would say some highlight episodes so far have been. I mean, my Almost Got Him is the best episode. Yeah.
Well, let's save it.
Feet of Clay is great.
I don't want to talk about it too much.
Yeah, we won't talk about it too much then. Why would we talk about it? It's just a podcast.
It's just a podcast.
Do you want to talk about something?
Sure. Yeah. I also another game I've been playing is Forza Horizon 4.
Right.
Which is just a lot of fun, and I recommend it if you have an Xbox. God, the Xbox has got PlayStation beat when it comes to racing games, dude. Like, they're just so good.
Well, yeah. Nintendo's got them both beat.
I hate you. No, they don't.
Mario Kart is the best.
I did it. Mario Kart's fine. But Forza Horizon 4 is just fantastic. It looks beautiful, and it's just a lot of damn fun. It never gets boring. I'm one of those people. It's kind of like a Skate 3 game.
Just play it
where it's
forever.
just like, just driving around. The open world is a freaking genius idea. I just recommend it.
There are a couple games for me that are like that. Just Cause 3 was always one that I could just shut my brain off, listen to something, and just blow up shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got it for free through PS Plus,
yeah.
and that was fun. I did that for a while.
Yeah,
I haven't done it in
I remember you
time,
doing that all the time.
Yeah, it's a good one because the campaign of that game sucked. Speaking of games, I just finished Bowser's Fury, the Mario 3D World expansion. I also almost beat 3D World. Wow. I got to the final boss
and then you quit.
Before the Rainbow World, the like secret ninth world with Rosalina,
which is basically beating it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like doing extra stuff. So I got to the boss of the 8th world,
but you didn't beat it,
and I didn't because I didn't have enough stars,
and you were too lazy to go back and get more.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
I don't like collectathons. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't a thing.
It's just so many stars, and I had already gone back
what do you
a couple
need,
times.
170?
No, I think it's like 120 or something. But I had like 90.
Huh.
I don't know. But Bowser's Fury was way easier. I ended up getting 50 stars. There were 100 possible stars to get. Which, first of all,
not bad.
For like an expansion,
that's pretty damn good.
Holy shit! Like It's definitely the best Wii U to Switch port of all of them. And I have Donkey Kong Country and Pikmin, which are two games that I didn't have on Wii U that I bought on Switch. But 3D World I bought on both. Because it's awesome and it's worth it. And Bowser's Fury did not disappoint. Nice. It is solid. If you haven't played 3D World on the Wii U, buy it on Switch.
Yeah.
With Bowser's Fury, because wow, is that worth it? But if you have bought it on Wii U, I would say get it on Switch because it's fun to replay.
And you're also getting a new game.
And yeah, Bowser's Fury is hours of a genuine 3D Mario with like good level design that is great. I had a blast with it, and Bowser Jr. is adorable in it because he keeps pretending that he doesn't love his dad. He's like, I was really hoping Dad, because the shtick of it is that Bowser has gone like super duper mode, and Bowser Jr. wants him to go back to normal, and he needs Mario's help. So every time you beat Bowser, he's like, I was really hoping Dad would go back to normal. I mean, of course you couldn't beat my dad. He's the best. And he's like trying to be like a villain, but he's not. He's just really a little kid. Actually. It's really sweet.
Fuck.
Well, and he's like helping you the whole time, except he gets in your way. I turned his help to none.
Oh, okay.
At a certain point, because he would continually like get in the way and like bump into me and stop me from doing what I needed to do. So that sucked. So I would suggest doing that. But once I did that, it was a great time. So
once he was gone, everything was good.
Once Bowser Jr. went away,
very cute.
He is adorable in the cutscenes, and the final boss was cool.
Yeah.
You ride. Do you remember Plessy? You ride that thing into Bowser, and it turns into giant Plessy, and you land on Bowser. And kill
let's
him.
go!
It's
That's
so cool.
dope.
It's
That's
so
like
awesome.
The greatest
and you
level,
ride him around because the whole open map because it's all one open world. It's an open world Mario game, and it's like little levels within that world, but you don't
like
jump
Odyssey.
into anything. But it's just like it might be like Odyssey. I haven't played Odyssey.
I think that's how.
I think it is. Yeah, but it's all on the water.
Interesting.
So to get from area to area, you ride Plessy around, which pays off in the final boss.
That's genuinely the greatest way you could ever incorporate.
It's so cool because the Plessy levels
if
of
you're
3D
gonna
World
incorporate
are awesome.
something from 3D World, it's gotta be that fucking Plessy.
Well, especially if you already gave Captain Toad his own game.
Yeah, those mini games are fun though.
Those are really fun, and the cat power ups came back. It's genuinely just like if Mario 3D World had been a more traditional 3D Mario game.
Yeah.
And wasn't so much just like a 2D Mario game with a 3D perspective. That's how I felt about it. I really was happy with it.
Well, I'm glad, man.
Thanks, bro. Do you want to talk about something?
Sure. Probably what's taken up most of my time over this, I almost said quarantine, but it's just been a few months. Over these months, was I made a movie with my good friend Dane for our history class.
Is this the official announcement?
No, I posted about it on my Instagram. It was a really good experience, I think.
Yeah.
I kind of I mean, the movie's not perfect, obviously. I don't think it ever will be. I think I learned, that, no matter, I think you look at something very differently when you're making it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And how it will never be perfect in your eyes.
Yeah.
Which was something I had never really considered before. Like, last time I made it, I was like, I could have done this so much better, I could have done this, and this time it was like, I really do believe that given our budget and the amount of time we had with our actors, we made the best thing we possibly could, and it still was not perfect, and it's like I'll never be able to, impress myself the way
the circumstances will never be good enough.
They're never going to be good enough, which is something I learned. I also learned that I think I do like editing more than I like cinematography, which was a big one, because I've always been kind of stuck in the middle on those. Also, I would love, the thing is, cinematography is much more difficult.
Well, it was different for you, sorry to interrupt, but it was different for you with this one because you were directing it by yourself,
yes, yeah.
pretty much. I mean, Dane was helping.
Dane was co-director,
but you had to control the whole thing.
Yeah.
Whereas with the other movie, the 60 Beats Per Murder,
yes, which no one has seen.
But
it's a film that I did.
You were able to
focus.
You were still doing a bunch of things, but you were able to
rely
on other people to handle that stuff.
That was also something that was really difficult working on this one, was just how much shit you had to, like, there's so much that goes into it, bro. And when you're done and you think everything's great and you get to the editing room and it's like, wow, the continuity's like complete ass in this scene, how do we edit around it? And then that becomes a whole new challenge, and you call back to yourself. Like, when you have so many roles, you have no one to blame but yourself,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm editing, and I'm like, whoever fucking directed this shit did like a horrible job, and it's like, oh, I did that. That's my fault,
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is lit terribly. Oh, that's me, that's on me. What can I do as an editor now? Now I have to put on my editor hat, and I have to look at it from this standpoint and see, like, how can I fix it now?
Mm-hmm.
As like basically a different person looking at it in a different way than I did when I was filming it in the moment. And the toughest thing about being the director is you're and on set stuff, not post production, production stuff, is that you have so many jobs, like you direct, editing is its own thing. Sorry, editing is its own thing, but when you're directing, I was also the cinematographer,
Mm-hmm.
so I would frame up a shot, but I'd also be trying to direct the actors. And, Dane had never really used the sound equipment before, so I had to show him how it all worked. It was very tough. And it was a learning experience for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big production for, like, it was a two-person crew.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. It was a two-person crew and, like, a 4 or 5 person cast?
5-6 people.
Did you end up shooting with Aaron?
We did. And he's cut from the film.
Oh, no.
We just could not fit his scene anywhere, and it just didn't flow right.
Did he do an okay job? I figured he did, because he's a great actor.
We love Aaron, and we feel pretty bad about it, but
yeah,
it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. What are you gonna do? At the end of the day, it's you gotta make the best movie you can, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But
I'm shocked that you cut stuff, because it's like 18 minutes.
18 minutes long.
And
you know me, I'm very stylistic with my credits, so they take up like 2 minutes of that.
Oh, okay. Wow,
still,
2 minutes of credits with a 2-person production crew.
A lot of Sullivans.
Literally 8 roles to break down in or 8 people to credit.
Well, we also
minutes.
thanked our families
and
things for being accommodating.
Mm-hmm.
There were producers and executive producers, and
who were the producers and executive
producers were because producers are kind of just anyone who puts money towards the project.
Mm-hmm.
So it was me, Dane, Teddy, and Dean, because they bought underwear for one scene.
Good job, Teddy and Dean.
And then executive producers are like the big ones who put money towards it. So it's just me and Dane.
I see.
And then, of course, casting directors, Dane and I. Yeah, it was just very interesting. I don't know. It was a wonderful experience, and if you stick around, for the credits at the end, I thank the actors, because, like, we could not have done it without them. Like, Teddy and Dean and Justin especially are just some of the greatest people to like ever work with. They're so nice and willing to help, and so passionate about
my God.
about like this fucking thing we're doing for our history project. They're so into it. They show up memorized. It's like, bro, I mean, I could never take something like that so seriously as an actor.
Especially after 60 Beats Per Murder.
Yes, which was a disaster.
From an acting perspective.
Teddy. I mean, that man was fucking...
Well, yeah, Teddy was
legend.
in that too, and he's great.
But he's so... Dane and I were editing, and he's just such a natural, like, person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he plays off of people so well, and there's never a dull moment in his, like, expression where he's just... Like, you just never see him waiting for, like, a cue, you know? He's always trying to fill the time with something, and he nails it every time. And,
yeah.
And he's coming up with things, and if they don't work, you know, I tell him, and he was very, you know, okay, awesome, yeah. You know,
yeah.
He's that kind of guy.
Well, I should just say, because in the last week or so, yeah. We're getting the rights together for my production of Assassins that I'm directing, and that's super exciting.
Yeah, congratulations. I don't think I ever properly congratulated you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I still have to make the payment go through because my card has a $400 limit. But we have as of today we have our entire principal cast on board,
nice.
With the exception of Teddy, who is a maybe. I still have to talk to him about it. But Jared, who I didn't know for sure would, he's on board as of today.
Wow.
It did come with the asterisk of I'm still kind of looking for film and TV work. So if anything like that happens in July,
fair.
And I'm like, that's fine. What's good about that is that Jordan is on call. He is someone that I know will do it and will do a good job with it if we need him to. But I love Jared, and I love what he's doing with it. Anyway, but Teddy and Dean and Justin and Aaron are all in Assassins. They're wonderful people.
The entire cast of my film
Who else?
Olivia as well.
Oh, Olivia.
Was in.
Do you worked with her?
Yeah, she's in the movie.
I did not know that.
She's Teddy's wife.
That's
Janet
so cool.
Armstrong.
That's rad.
Yeah. I didn't know you didn't know
she's
that.
Brilliant too. She's
so
a phenomenal
talented,
actress.
Yeah. Well, she's also just a very nice person.
Yes, she's
That's the great thing about
with.
all of these people is that they're just so nice.
They're great people and they're great actors.
Yeah.
Phoenix has such a wonderful, vibrant theater community, adults and kids.
Yeah.
And I've been a part of it for a few years now. But anyway, Teddy and Dean, we had our first rehearsal for Assassins, a virtual thing, a couple months ago, and we just ran the opening number a little bit and just kind of talked about it. And it's supposed to go till like 9, and it went until 1 a.m. Because we were just talking about the show and about, you know, the characters and everything and they're so smart. First of all, and they're so committed, and Dean especially makes you feel. I mean, Teddy is just so nice, but Dean especially has made me feel, and I think he probably did with you too. It made me feel like my project was important.
I was
it's just like
very fortunate. His last night of filming, I think we had gone to Portillo's,
right,
and just like talking to him for like 3 or 4 hours, just hanging out. At like one of my favorite restaurants, but he's just such like a. Yeah, like you said, he just makes you feel good about what you're doing. And he's so interesting and he's so like passionate about his own stuff, but then finds a way to integrate it into what you're doing.
He knows that he's an actor in your movie or in my show. Yeah. And so like he knows that and he's also, by the way, like, not that I've met like Hollywood actors or anything, but he is the most talented actor I've ever met. Yeah. He is so brilliantly fantastic in everything and versatile as all hell. I love him.
I was very fortunate to get to know Teddy and Dean better. Yeah. Because, of course, Justin,
Justin's one of our friends. He's on Best of the Worst, and he's
I shared many meals with Teddy. Catering is my all-time favorite credit to put in the film. I'm very happy about my catering credit. Everyone on the set knows that I've been thrilled about my catering credit.
Is that true?
But I mean, I've just enjoyed hearing about Teddy's life because he's so interesting. He's got so much going on. It's and Justin is so amazed by him too. And it's just we're just there, and we're so how do you do it, man? And it's just you're just gonna do it.
Teddy is one of those people who just has his shit together on a level that and in not a way that is you're jealous of him.
No,
or he's
it's
a
just
douchebag.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
how the fuck did you figure
you're
it out?
impressive, and I love you. Yeah, he's so awesome. They're great guys, and Justin's great, and he is so. I mean, shockingly versatile. If you guys don't know him or haven't seen him and stuff,
he does
and you watched him on Best of the Worst, that's not all he does. He did Les Mis with us, and he was Enjolras, and that was amazing. And he was the dad in Addams Family. He was
what's his name in Avenue Q?
Yeah, he was Trekkie Monster in Avenue Q, which is a whole thing. And it is every one of those had a little bit of Justin in them.
Sure. Well, that's also the great thing about him is he puts his own kind of
but they were so different. Yeah, and he's so great, and he's gonna be so good in Assassins. Oh my god, that video he sent in is one of the funniest things.
I go up like Kayani Kuros. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Touchdown.
Yeah, that was good.
It's called Touchdown. Discussion. I don't think anyone knows.
And that'll be on the YouTube channel.
That'll be the first video. Oh no, this one will now. But that was going to be the first. That'll be out later this month. We have the premiere on Tuesday.
Am I going to the premiere?
On Tuesday we have the Classroom premiere, which would be the first premiere.
And then when are you getting the cast together? I'm not sure.
I'd like to get the cast.
I thought you were gonna.
Yeah, I'd really like to.
Yeah.
I'm pretty nervous about that Classroom one, just because everyone in that class hates my fucking guts. Because I'm a likable.
Well, that's why I love that Assassins isn't people from our school anymore.
Yeah.
Not exclusively, at least. Because there's no pressure from the cast to
best case scenario.
Be a certain way.
They are so shocked by how well we did that they get a newfound respect for me and Dane. It'll never happen. It should happen.
It should. Well,
because it's one thing to have a bias.
You watch a competent movie, and I don't think you understand how impressive it is to make for a 16-year-old to make a competent movie on the level that you do. I get it. I could never shoot a movie and edit a movie in the way that you shoot and edit movies. I can write a significantly better movie than you, but to make it, I have no fucking clue.
I just want to give us bonus points. We made our film 5 times the length it had to be.
That is very cool.
The original requirement. Well, it's also, it came down to how the fuck do you tell a story in 3 minutes? You can't.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's literally impossible.
Well, it's possible.
It's possible, but you're not going to have a fleshed out story.
I should say, Raya and the Last Dragon had the cutest fucking short ahead of it.
Oh, did it have a short?
It had a short.
Oh, shit.
And it was about an old man.
Is it nominated?
No, I don't think so. Because it came out in March.
Oh, shit. Damn.
But it's about an old man and his wife, and he doesn't get out of his chair, and then she leaves, and then he gets sad, and he walks out onto the fire escape, and he's looking out, and it starts raining, and the rain turns him into a young man, and he goes out into the streets and dances with his wife, who has been turned into a young woman, and they dance like they're young again, and have this like really great time. There's no dialogue in the whole thing.
Oh.
It's all like dance and expression, and
It's like
then
that paper one. Paper
maybe
boy. Paper man.
it's possible. I forgot. I think I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
Wasn't that before like Wreck-It Ralph?
I
It was a
don't
long time ago. Anyway, but then the rain starts going away, and he runs away from the end of the rain. Basically, starts chasing him, and he starts running away from it, and he's like pulling his wife with him, and she's like, "No, let's just be old together," and he's like, "No, I gotta stay young," and and he's running away from it, and then at the end, he gets to the end of a dock, and the rain passes him, and he turns around and goes back to her,
Indiana.
and they start
let it go.
mm-hmm. And they start dancing as
sweet.
old people. It was one of the sweetest things I've watched in a long time.
I'm sure it helped that you saw it with your significant other.
That's true, but it was just really sweet. It was just good.
Sure, I would have hated it.
It's possible.
I'm sure it is.
There was one really funny shot that was like a killer POV from a slasher, except it was the rain chasing this guy, and it was like out of nowhere. It just all of a sudden was like a slasher movie shot. I thought that was really great. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Do you have more stuff?
That's really it. I mean, I mentioned moving a bit, so that's enough. And then I had mentioned in like a sentence that I got a job. I work at the Cold Stone with Finn now.
Yeah, we work at Cold Stone together.
But I mean, I got the big touchdown thing out of the way, which
that was a good discussion
about it.
I just have a couple other things. I've been playing Lego Batman on the DS, which is much better. We recently replayed. Yeah, we recently replayed Lego Batman on the 360.
Yeah, we did not finish
sucked.
it. Or did we? We did finish
we
it.
Finished the campaign. We didn't 100% it.
We finished the hero.
We finished both, didn't we?
Did
we give up?
We gave up.
No.
I guarantee you we gave up.
No.
Really?
No.
No shit.
Yeah, we finished the Joker Harley Quinn. Because don't you remember the Killer Moth level where you make a giant robot and like stampede through the city? I was playing as Killer Moth.
Oh, I kind of remember that.
And then we did the Joker Harley Quinn in the cathedral.
Yeah, sure.
And anyway, but the DS version is significantly better than the console version. It's really great. It's a good time. I've been watching Superman and Lois, which this isn't going to be super positive. It's fine.
Yeah.
Superman is wonderful. I love Tyler Hoechlin, Hetchlin.
It's a happier Superman. Yeah.
He's wonderful. Yeah, he's very cheery and good. He's just good, and he like is a dad, and he loves his kids, and he's just like good. And there's no villains. I mean, there's some Lex Luthor guy who flies around in a robot suit, and it's like stupid. But the last episode ignored him completely. There was no mention of him. It was all about Superman trying to be a good dad.
Huh.
His one son, though, is like a 13 Reasons Why annoying piece of shit, and I hate him. But the other son is like Superman's son. Like he's like a jock, but in like a really sweet, good way, where he's like likable and puts others before himself constantly.
That's how it should be.
And like there's no conflict as a result of his character.
Well,
Zero.
There shouldn't be conflict with Superman's character.
Exactly. So the two of them are wonderful.
That's the problem with Superman in the modern era. Is it's kind of hard to not.
It's hard to write him.
It's hard to write him.
There's no conflict.
You shouldn't have it, and you have to have one, and it comes off as awkward. And then you have someone like Zack Snyder who takes it that extra step,
where he's literally having him, commit terrorist attacks.
But that's
for the
sake
of conflict,
thing.
Which we'll probably talk about next week.
Sure.
Because Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to talk about that a little bit. Not talk about it really, but it's coming out. That might be our big story.
Maybe.
Next week. I don't know what else will happen in the next week. But we're going to try and do this podcast weekly, I think.
Okay.
I thought we had talked about
I don't
that.
think we ever
Oh, okay.
did.
I think we should.
Sure.
We just chat for an hour or so, an hour and a half. How long is this going?
About an hour and a half now.
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad.
But yeah, I think we can do it once a week, chat. Next week might not go for an hour and a half because the Oscars was like there's a billion things to talk about. Next week, if our big story is Zack Snyder,
It'll be that.
It'll be a review of that, and then we'll talk about what we've been watching and playing and what have you.
I like that section. That went well.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think of the podcast. This didn't have a lot of jokes.
No, it was just kind of genuine talking.
Yeah, which people don't like as much.
I don't know. I always enjoy it.
We love the Eternal Sunshine review is like one of our most proud things.
Our Eternal Sunshine review.
And it's our best thing.
No one knows it exists, bro. Like, I've talked to multiple people who are like, bro, I love all your videos. I'm like, do you like the Eternal Sunshine one? And they're like, what is that? I'm like, how the fuck have we not seen that one?
Well, I think we posted it, and then people went, I don't want to watch that, and then they forgot about it.
I think I kind of fucked myself, because I tried to clickbait people, but kind of in a fucking stupid way. I posted on the Instagram a picture of Marty McFly and the principal to try and get people to think that it'd be a Back to the Future one. But I posted that on Instagram, and that wasn't the thumbnail or the title of the YouTube video, so the people would just see that I posted, oh my god, a Back to the Future one, and then they go to my channel and see that the latest video is an Eternal Sunshine review, and then just go, no!
Yeah.
Like, it didn't work. I tried.
Yeah. Anyway, Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming out. The Hawkeye DLC for Avengers is coming out, so I'll probably mention that. I'll talk about that. And then the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming out on Friday. Oh. So that's something that people are excited about. I think it looks terrible, but I think the idea of a Falcon TV show is fun.
I think Sebastian Stan is going to be a lot funnier, and he's going to have a lot more to do. Oh, God.
Have you seen the TV spot where they do the staring contest? Mm-hmm. It's one of the least funny things I've ever watched. They do a staring contest. Laugh.
And then move on.
Like, no, that's the whole ad. It's like, I mean, there's other things in the ad, but it's like, they're at, like, couples therapy for some reason. It doesn't make sense. But then the lady is like, why don't you guys, look at each other and talk about, say I'm sorry or something, and they look at each other, and then they just stare at each other, and then she goes, are you guys doing a staring contest? Stop doing that. Stop it.
That's bad.
Cue audience laughter. They don't look funny together.
Well, we'll have to see, man.
I'll update everyone next week.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening.
Oh, and follow my Instagram, lolyeatfilm on Instagram, if you want to see my immediate reaction to Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 1. I would post that on my story like I did with WandaVision. And I might post other reviews and stuff. I post written reviews all the time on there. And if you don't feel like reading all of them, you can go to the end of the review where it says, typically pretty clearly, I would recommend you watch the movie under these circumstances, or something like that. And then you don't have to read them. And then you can give it a like, please.
And as always, check out Captain Films IG. That's CaptainFilms IG on Instagram and Twitter. I don't post on Twitter ever, but on Instagram, you'll just stay up to date on any production announcements or any new videos or anything. Stream announcements, if we ever stream again.
Which I've that's another one that I keep saying we should stream, and you go,
Kinda
no.
over the streams, man. But follow Captain Films.
Maybe we'll do streams not as often, because I think they just got repetitive.
Yeah. And of course, follow Lil Yeet Film.
LOLYEETFILM.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Happy 10th anniversary, half in the bag.
Yeah, congratulations, RLM. Great new video. That Star Trek video was splendid.
Yeah. That was today.
That's something I didn't talk about. I've been watching Star
We
Trek.
should do a weekly RLM update and talk about their most recent video.
Sure, man.
And how much we loved it, usually.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did. This was really good.
This was fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's late.
It's late.
12:30 in the morning. And it's time for me to go to bed.
8-hour shift tomorrow.
Have a good one, guys.
Good night, everybody. What do I click?
Just that button.
Bye-bye.